This is Story Recapped. Today I'm gonna explain a fantasy, horror, and musical film called The Lure. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. A girl rises to the surface from the ocean's depths and listens to a man's gentle love song. The singing guitarist, Mitek, is joined on the shore by his bandmates, the vocalist Krisha and her partner, the drummer. The girl is enamored by Mitek, while another girl surfaces beside her. When Krisha starts to walk back, the two girls sing. Their enchanting sea shanty asks the men to help the girls come ashore, promising not to eat them. Entranced, Mitek and the drummer reach out to the girls. Before they get closer, Krisha lets out a scream. Sometime later, the band performs in a nightclub. The club's owner enjoys their performance, but notices a stench from somewhere. He asks around at the bar and in the kitchen, searching for its source. He gets frustrated until he reaches a locked VIP room and hears girls laughing inside. He unlocks the door and finds the two girls from the water. Shortly, Krisha introduces them to the owner as kids of a friend. The club's owner doesn't buy it, so the drummer asks Mitek and Krisha to leave. The drummer asks the girls to disrobe to show that they don't have private parts. When he douses them with water, their legs transform into long, slithery eel-like tails, revealing them as mermaids. He invites the owner to touch and confirm that they're real. The drummer shows him a slit in the tail, and the owner pokes a finger in it. The owner is so fascinated that he doesn't mind that the girls smell fishy. Before leaving, the drummer explains that their tails turn back into legs when they dry out. The owner can just splash them back with water. Left to themselves, the owner asks where they learned to speak Polish, to which the dark-haired mermaid answers that they learned from the shores of Bulgaria. The owner continues to caress their tails. Later, the band performs as the backup to a burlesque performance. Towards the end, the owner calls them as the girls have passed out. Krisha ineffectively splashes water on them, but they've been out of the water for too long. The owner leads them to a large pool, and when the girls are plunged into the water, they regain their vitality. Eventually, the girls are back to their energetic human forms. The owner asks for their names, so they introduce themselves as sisters Golden and Silver. They are hired as backup vocals for the band and to disrobe on stage. The owner also gives them an advance to buy clothes. Mitek watches them as they unabashedly play around with breadsticks. The next day, Krisha takes them to a shopping center where the mermaids explore the new place they've chosen to live in. Golden and Silver ride escalators, try on shoes, and have candy floss. They are enthralled with all the new things they get to experience, while Krisha feels guilt at what she's exposing the seemingly innocent girls to. Overcome by exhilaration, Silver spins and falls to the ground. Mitek helps her up and wipes dark blood from her nose. Golden watches as Mitek and Silver flirt with each other. That evening, while preparing for a show, Mitek interacts with Silver and lingers longer than necessary. Witnessing this, Golden smirks at Silver and telepathically teases for them to stay a bit longer before swimming to America. She quips about Silver falling in love and asks if that happens, would she eat Mitek? Before Silver can answer, Krisha tells them to cover up for their first performance to give the audience something to look forward to. As they head out for their act, the owner gives them a strange pre-show ritual by touching his leg to each person's behind. When it's Golden's turn, she pointedly declines. For their first act, the band is referred to as Figs and Dates, and the sisters are introduced as Little Mermaids. Silver and Golden excitedly go up on stage and receive the audience's attention. Krisha leads the vocals, singing about dreams and the powers that control them, while the sisters back her up. Krisha takes the focus on a vocal solo, allowing the sisters to disrobe and climb into a large glass bowl of water. They transform into their true forms in full view of the crowd, displaying their long tails. The crowd cheers and is captivated by their performance. The sisters bask in the admiration, and Silver and Mitek kiss by the end. Golden sees this and disdainfully realizes what is happening. Later backstage, Krisha kisses them on the cheek and tells them how proud she is of the two. Golden doesn't share her sister's happiness and leaves while a bald man with strange scars watches her from the shadows. Golden shows up at their house the next day, while the humans count their earnings. Golden catches Silver and Mitek sharing meaningful glances, worsening her mood. Krisha asks her where she was, but Golden doesn't answer. When Krisha cracks a joke at her, the rest of their ragtag family laughs. appears, alienating Golden further. Golden spends her time staring at pictures of the ocean in their bathroom. She sings about her loneliness and being left out by her sister. She soaks in a tub as she sings of unwholesome cravings and her growing resentment towards Silver. Golden goes to the club on her own and catches the eye of a patron. As they leave, the floor manager attempts to stop her by professing his admiration. Unsurprised, Golden tilts her head and works her magic, telling him she loves him too but not to tell anyone. Golden leaves him stunned. Silver searches for Golden at the house and stumbles upon a locked room. Thinking Golden is inside, she peeks through the keyhole and discovers Krisha going down on a man. Silver backs off, and her surprise sets water to leak out of the pipes. Silver wanders to the club and asks the receptionist for her sister. The receptionist tells her she didn't see Golden and offers Silver her first cigarette. As Silver cuffs, the receptionist figures that what she wants is to be a real girl and asks if she knows the price would be her voice. Parking near a lake, Golden and the club patron have fun in the car. Golden lets out squeals of laughter, followed by the man's muffled screams and moans. Golden reveals her sharp teeth and eats the man. She crawls into the water in her mermaid form with the man's heart dangling from her mouth. The next day, Silver meets Mitek, who takes her aside to tell her something. Silver, thinking it'll be a profession of love, disrobes and seduces Mitek. With him watching, she transforms into her mermaid form in a bathtub and invites Mitek to put it in her slit. Mitek confesses that despite wanting to indulge her, he only views Silver as a fish. As a response, Silver painfully pulls out one of her scales, causing her tail to bleed. She declares that Mitek will be the first four-handed bass player in the world. She asks Mitek for a kiss in exchange for the scale. Mitek kisses her cheek and grabs the scale from her fingers. Silver sings an enchanting love song, expressing her complete devotion to Mitek. She tells him if he loves her, she'll convert and live a life not bound by virtue. She pulls him underwater for a passionate kiss and then goes down on him. After their tryst, Silver and Mitek come out soaking wet. The guys in the club tease them, and Golden suddenly appears. She gives Silver a disapproving look, but Silver catches human blood on her lips. Golden lies, telling her sister it was from a cow. The sisters eventually become the main attraction, dubbed the Lure. With the band now playing backup, they perform an electric act about indulgences and being blinded by desires, sending everyone into a rave. They allude to devouring human flesh, but everyone is preoccupied with their mindless stupor. After the show, Golden and Silver sit at the bar, where Golden is drawn to Triton, the enigmatic man with strange scars. Silver gets up to leave, but Golden walks up to Triton and flirtatiously strikes a conversation. Triton explains that he's not human too, and that there used to be horns in the places where his scars are. One was taken out by a fisherman, the other he took out himself. Golden is even more enthralled as Triton continues to hit on her, complimenting her beauty from her tail to her voice. He then invites her to sing with his band. Golden turns back, expecting to see her sister as excited, but she finds Silver and Mitek making out against a wall. Triton cautions Golden not to let her fall in love with a human, for Silver will turn into sea foam if he marries someone else. However, Silver is head over heels and hungrily kisses Mitek, but Mitek doesn't share her devotion, merely giving her a chaste peck on the forehead. Walking out that night, Golden mulls over what Triton said. A woman from the audience earlier stops her and introduces herself as the police. Golden doesn't understand what the word means, and when the policewoman threatens her, Golden appears more piqued than afraid. The policewoman knows that Golden ate a man. Golden feigns innocence, knowing that the policewoman is already caught in her allure. As if under her spell, the policewoman takes Golden home and physically indulges in her mermaid body. Golden bares her monstrous teeth and almost gives in to her animalistic nature, but the woman doesn't show fear. Instead, she offers her neck to the bloodthirsty mermaid. Meanwhile, Krisha vividly fantasizes about being a mother mermaid to Golden and Silver. While getting intimate with the drummer, she complains that his hands reek of fish. Disgusted at the thought that he is also having his way with the mermaids, Krisha leaves. On her way out, she stumbles upon Mitek, coming in from the rain. Silver is just behind him. Inside, Silver finds Golden brooding in the dark. She can't keep her joy to herself, so Golden tells her how worried she is about her, but Silver dismisses her. Days later, their situation comes to a head when the news broadcasts the brutal murder of the man Golden ate a week ago. Silver is the first to glance at Golden, knowing she is responsible. Krisha also throws suspicious looks at the sisters, and by the end of the broadcast, everyone knows Golden is guilty. Silver creates a scene to allay suspicions by lashing out at Krisha and the drummer. demanding to be paid wages for their hard work. Krisha reasons they're just kids, and kids can't have everything they want. The drummer threatens to smack her as Silver walks away. The mermaids argue in a different room. Silver, sympathizing more with the humans, slaps Golden and hurls her to a wall. They bare their monstrous teeth and circle each other, but the tension quickly dissipates as the two chant a sea folks rhyme together. The sisters begin to laugh, but the drummer bursts into the room and punches them. The next day, the humans believe them to be dead, so they have Golden and Silver wrapped in carpets and throw them off a bridge. Metek throws up, and Krisha starts to be remorseful about what they've done. Unable to reconcile with their deeds, the trio's relationship crumbles. Metek and the drummer engage in a fight at home. Krisha tries to break them up, but she gets elbowed and suffers a concussion. The house is thrown into chaos, and when the dust settles, the three are rendered catatonic by their guilt. In a secluded area, Golden and Silver resurface, fully healed, and spot a couple of men meeting in secret to be lovers. They attack the men, but Silver momentarily stops chewing on a human heart, seemingly fed up with their crimes. Golden continues to eat, unbothered. At their wrecked house, one of the performers from the club visits the band members. She hooks them up to IV drips and injects their veins with liquor. She helps them overcome the toxicity of their greed as the deed is already done. Slowly, the three recover from their lethargy, covering their shame with mundane concerns. Soon, the band is back at the club, about to perform as usual. Golden and Silver also return to the club, surprising the band members. Silver immediately goes to hug Metek, and the drummer apologizes and kisses Golden's hand. Golden accepts, but punishes him by biting off his thumb. Later, Silver strikes up a conversation with a bar patron, telling him she'll soon have legs and lady parts, then offering him her fishtail. On the other hand, Golden goes to Triton's show and admires him as he prepares for a set. Golden is thrilled to be on stage with Triton's rock band. She competes with the female vocalist for the mic, but the vocalist kicks her off the stage, and the moshing audience body lifts her away. Golden returns, and with her monster teeth bared, she delivers the rest of the song, expressing her frustrations with her sister and her happiness being with Triton. Towards the end, Triton shows his monstrosity by beheading a small bird with his teeth. The crowd chants his name in awe. After the show, Triton takes Golden aside to talk. Golden thinks it's to congratulate her, but he only tells her she needs more practice, disappointing her. Days later, during a suggestive photo shoot featuring their full mermaid form, the sisters telepathically discuss Silver's decision to cut off her tail. Golden cautions her, telling her Triton said she'll lose her voice. Silver rebuffs, reasoning that it's only superstition and that nothing happened when Triton lost his horns. She also threatens that she'll never see her again if Golden stops her. Golden urges her to reconsider because they have to sing together. On a rainy night, Silver and Metek travel to a surgeon and bribe him with money and alcohol to operate on her. She is taken to an operating room with a human donor who will receive her tail. As she lies in a bed of ice, she sings about her woes about the operation. The doctor saws off her tail, and Silver loses her voice. The doctors stitch her up with the other girl's lower half, and Silver smiles at them as her dreams start to come true. Golden continues Silver's song on the piano at home as she finally accepts Silver's decision to become human. Days later, Silver recovers at home in a wheelchair. She pulls herself to walk on a treadmill, determined to be an ordinary girl. Metek arrives and brings her flowers, glad about her progress. He catches her when she falls, and Silver stands on her own for the first time. They goof around, and Silver disrobes, showing that her cuts are still fresh. Metek and her become intimate, but blood from her surgery smears over Metek, disgusting him and making him lose interest. Eventually, the band returns to the club and talks to the owner about Silver. The owner tells him that he's decided to drop Silver and let Golden go solo. Golden immediately shoots it down, unwilling to abandon her sister. Angered, she walks out while pushing Silver's wheelchair. Later, Metek laments alone in the control room. A girl comes in and catches his eye. Meanwhile, unable to deal with their disbandment, the drummer leaves Krisha. Metek gets intimate with the girl, casting Silver aside. He pulls out the scale that Silver gave him earlier and throws it away. As it floats and goes down the drain, Silver awakens with tears streaming from her eyes. Time passes, and Metek marries the girl. Silver watches them singing an upbeat sad song, still enamored with Metek while frustrating Golden. Triton reminds Silver that she needs to eat Metek by morning or she'll turn into sea foam. Silver clutches her heart, unable to make a decision. Meanwhile, Krisha and the drummer ignore each other as they're still hung up on their past relationship. While the whole reception celebrates on a party boat, Silver wallows in her grief at the port. Silver struggles to stand as her transformation never turned her into an ordinary girl. With crutches torches helping her move, Silver walks to Golden, who is seething with anger. Golden orders Silver to eat Metek, but Silver only kisses her sweetly in response. At dawn, Silver finds Metek and slow dances with him. Metek holds her close, and Silver is conflicted about whether she should eat him or not. Close by, Golden watches, urging her sister to devour Metek. In the end, Silver spares the man she loves. Silver greets the morning with a smile and accepts her fate. Metek is left alone, covered in sea foam. Golden is devastated and blinded by rage. She tears off Metek's neck before running off to the sea. Krisha tries to catch her, but is stunned to see Golden covered in blood. The drummer can only stare at Metek's lifeless body. With one last look, Golden returns to the silent depths that she and Silver came from.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.